This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everyone. It is almost exactly noon, so I'm going to say good afternoon. I see we have several students attending, several are still coming. And I was also going to ask, if you don't mind, opening your webcams so we can see our students' faces. So it's total up to you if it is convenient. That would be great. All right. Again, good afternoon. Today I will present distance education at Global University that I presented before, but as everything evolves, we are also evolving. There are several changes, developments, advancements in technologies. So I think this is the area where we need updates a lot more than everything else. So before I move forward, I would like to introduce, I know you are already attending Global University, you know the degree programs we are offering, but I would like to introduce the programs we are offering at Global University. By the way, this is Dr. Pirim, I'm in charge of education. I'm the Director of Education at Global University. As I said, you know what programs we are offering, but just in case for brand new students, I would like to introduce our degree programs. As you know, Global University founded in 2008. We are pretty young, 13 years old, a young career university. We are not a research university. Our goal is to prepare our students for their future career goals, so you can accomplish your goals. This is our major goal for our students. That's the reason career universities are required to hire faculty from the field, not only those who have some research background as in traditional universities. Global University professors, they represent the field. They come actual industry. 90% of our faculty members, when we hire, by the way, our faculty, it is a requirement, not by Global University, it's a requirement by our regulatory agencies. So we have to have faculty who have to have at least a minimum of 4-year industry experience. Except for general education courses, 100%, except for this group of courses, but other courses, 100%. They are being taught by the faculty members who are coming from the industry, who represent the industry in real. So any faculty you are engaging with, you are talking to, they are actually a full-time professional practitioner. That's the phrase I use for our faculty. Some have their own company, some work for like Department of Justice, maybe some Department of Commerce, and some maybe retired, still teaching in some military institutions, colleges. So they represent the field. That's the strength of career universities. I know from the history, several students, I think career services, they know a lot better than I do, but several students at Global University, alumni, those who completed their degrees at Global University, they got their jobs through the network of their faculty members. So I strongly recommend everyone at Global University to keep in touch, and not only because of your course activity, but also the network of our faculty members. It is strong, and through that network, you can find jobs. And I know career services managers are here, Mr. Mamoon, Mr. Jose, Mr. Amit. You can communicate with them for the details. But as I said, this is the beauty, this is the strength of career universities. We have faculty members who represent the field. So We have two major schools under our global university. One of them is School of Business, and the other one is the School of IT. School of Business, I'm also representing as a lead faculty of the School of Business. We have two degree programs. One of them is undergraduate degree, the other one is degree programs. And when our global university was founded in 2008, since then, the admin, the leadership, they try their best to update the degree program. They try to see which one is the most trendy, which ones are the most trendy fields in the industry. So, and as I said, no matter when the course was introduced to our global university, no matter when the program was founded at our global university, since our faculty members are coming from the industry, anyway, they are coming with their updated information. So when they teach, they reflect whatever they have in the industry into our learning environment. So we have Bachelor of Business Administration, BBA, and we have elected tracks under BBA, Leadership and Management, Accounting and Finance, Human Resources Management, and Project Management. Generally, the trend among our students for BBA, I can see project management is the most trendy concentration. So if you are a BBA student, you take several general education courses, majority or core courses, but in the end, the last 4 courses are going to be your elected tracks. So one of these is going to be the one that you're going to be picked from. And MBA also has several tracks: leadership and management, accounting and finance, information technology, healthcare management, human resources management, project management. Again, we have all the elected tracks active at our global university, but some of them are demanded, preferred by our students a lot more than some other tracks. So speaking of these tracks, I can say MBA with IT, MBA with project management, MBA with accounting and finance, and the fourth, I'm listing now them in the order of from the most demanded to the list. So the most demanded one is project management. Sometimes it goes hand to hand with MBA with IT. So I can say MBA with IT goes next, and then MBA with accounting and finance, and the fourth one is MBA with healthcare. Others also sometimes demanded. They may be trendy, but when it comes to employability, and I know again, a career services manager here, they can provide you more details. But in the field, in the job market here in the United States, definitely I can say project management is number one, the most trendy one, and maybe the IT also is one of the best maybe tracks to be maybe to follow. And the third one would be MBA with accounting and finance. So depending on students' preference, students' priority, some students they plan to go back, and of course some I know leadership and management they would like to hold some government officer position, so leadership and management or maybe human resources management. But these are the area, the fields still you can find jobs, but the competition, it is highly competitive to find jobs in these 2-3 fields, in leadership and management, in human resources management, but others, project management, MBA with IT are the most trendy ones. I would strongly recommend those who are already at with MBA or BBA, same with the BBA, I would strongly recommend to go with the project management. So this is the School of Business, and we have around the same structure under the School of IT. We have three major degree programs. One of them is undergraduate degree, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, BSIT. And again, here we have three major tracks under BSIT: cybersecurity, enterprise information management, software engineering. I think Office of Career Services Compliance, they're going to have another video on by the school, by the lead faculty. They're going to introduce our schools in details. But here I'm just giving some synopsis of each school. And we have MSIT, the Master of Science in Information Technology, and we have Master of Science in Cybersecurity. I would say in BSIT, I'm just sharing the statistics I have studied so far at Global University. Cybersecurity and software engineering are the most trendy ones in BSIT. Enterprise information management depends on the student's background. I think takes second place, but these two areas, they come first. Under MSIT, these three tracks, they're not that different from each other in terms of the being the most trendy ones. But generally, again, statistically speaking, I would say data management and analytics is the most trendy one. I can say 40–50% student, they prefer the left 30–40%, they prefer IT system management, and then maybe 20% they prefer software design and management. Again, depending on your background, it's a total up to you, but I'm just sharing the statistics that I have retrieved from iGlobal database. And the third one is itself. It is one of the most trendy fields. It is already not only a degree, but also it's a track. It is cybersecurity. And we have for all our degree programs, as I said before, it is a requirement. We have to have faculty members coming from the field. So all our faculty members teaching degree courses in particular, not the general education courses, they have to have at least a minimum of 4-year industry experience. I'm just going to give an example. One of our faculty members, he is currently actively working for NASA. And another faculty is currently working for the Department of Justice. We have another faculty working for the Department of Commerce. They are teaching at iGlobal University because they not only, it's not because they need money, but they are professional practitioners. And most of our faculty, they are doing their jobs wholeheartedly. They are here as if they are providing some community services. It is that close. So this is the introduction I would like to do on behalf of iGlobal University Academic Affairs. And we also have some non-degree programs, CompTIA Security Network. We are already working on the update of these two diploma and associate degree programs. And in summer quarter, so we are planning to apply, and maybe you can also promote this non-degree programs among your community. We're going to provide the details as we make progress. Distance education, as you see on the slide, distance education is not a new phenomenon. It goes back all the way to 18th century. You may ask, so how distance education was being provided? Of course, not through network, not through internet, not through TV or radio. It was actually provided through postal services. So the professors, they used to send course materials, assignments via mails, not email, via mails. And students, they used to receive, and they used to be given some certain time to respond back and submit back the assignment physically via postal services. And then as technology emerged, as we are introduced by new systems, new technologies, television, radio, and finally the most revolutionary invention of the internet. The internet, as it was emerged, education, the whole structure changed dramatically, changed significantly. And this is just a maybe general culture. The name of distance education in the historical context, it was corresponding education, because it was literally a corresponding via mails, via postal services between the faculty member and the student. But it was not that widespread. In 18th, 19th century, the traditional education was 99% dominant modality in education environment. Here we have a screenshot from one of our, actually two classes. One of them is a cybersecurity class. The other one is business communication. I just got this screenshots. So these screenshots are retrieved from the recordings from the live sessions. I'm going to introduce that again. In distance education, there are some major pillars we have to go with. There are some major pillars you have to follow to be a successful distance education learner. And live sessions is one of these major pillars. I'm going to talk about that a little more. So as I said, these are the screenshots I retrieved from the recordings of the live sessions. And the professor on the left hand, Professor Alexa, she's actually working in the industry. She has his own company, and she is one of the best business communication professors. Students learn a lot. The professor on the right hand is Professor Saprag. He's a professor I just mentioned, working as an admin staff member at NASA. So he is actually, as you can see, his T-shirt has the logo. So you just imagine, not only he's a professor, not only she's a professor, but they are also bringing their whole industry experience to the class environment. Just imagine the learning, to the extent of the learning you can reach when you engage with these faculty members. There are some other screenshots. And iGlobal University, by the way, we are not officially a synchronous university. We are asynchronous. Synchronous versus asynchronous. Asynchronous means it does not require students to attend some live sessions at some certain time determined or set by the faculty members. So we are officially asynchronous, but because of the pandemic, because of the concerns of the quality of modality or delivery, as of 2-3 quarters ago, we started conducting live sessions. And this quarter in spring, we still didn't make it mandatory, but as of summer, we are working, and hopefully the leadership is going to approve that we are going to switch, we're going to totally change to synchronous modality, meaning for online, for distance education, the courses are going to be delivered throughout the week, but at least once, we are going to be meeting with your faculty members virtually via GoToMeeting. So, and this is going to be mandatory. This is going to be your attendance, and we don't want our students to fail because of the attendance. And professor on the left, Professor Dr. Cobb, he's also teaching a cybersecurity class. Professor Paul, he's teaching MBA management classes and IT for managers. Here we have two other, Dr. Shelton Rhodes and Professor O'Connell teaching capstone classes. Professor Shelton Rhodes, he's teaching some MBA leadership, organizational theories, organizational behavior classes. So these are some screenshots, as I told you, and we are planning to convert into totally synchronous modality in summer 2021. Some students I know, they are attending from over the seas, and the time zone difference, it may be a problem, but as I said, we are not a big university. We are like a family type of university where we don't have that many students, and our faculty members treating their students as if their students are their kids, their brothers, their sisters, their family members. So I always recommend our students, please keep in touch. Inform your faculty members via email, and I know 90% of faculty, they have already provided their direct cell phone numbers. So as long as the time is working for you and for your classmates and for your professor, so you all come together, and first week of the quarter is generally the week when you decide the timing of the live sessions. So speaking of the distance education, as I said before, there are some major pillars in distance education. To be successful in distance education, communication is a must. So you have to know, and you know, because if you are an undergraduate student, you're already supposed to take business communication class. So this is the way how you communicate, but anyway, it doesn't have to be formal. Any casual communication is welcome at our global university too, as long as you show that you are willing to learn. So I see some students at the end of the quarter, we are in week 9-10, they start communicating with us. This is not the communication I mean. Communication is a constant commitment from the beginning of the quarter to the end. In the first week of the quarter, you start communicating with your faculty, with your advisors. So me, Jeffrey, Dr. Jeffrey, Professor Paul, we are your advisors and also your faculty members. And so far in my whole life, I have never seen one issue that was not resolved after communication. If you communicate, no way there is going to be a resolution. You're going to find a solution. So communication is a must. Let's say you don't have your credentials, you don't have your username, passwords. So we are here at your service. We are serving you. Literally, we are at your service. Not only me, but also your all staff members at our global university. As your advisor, me, Professor Paul, Mr. Mamoon, Mr. Jose, Mr. Amit, Mr. Kazi, we are all at your service. And if you have some difficulties in your credentials, just communicate with us. You have our phone numbers. Sometimes I receive calls at 10 p.m. at night, at maybe 4 a.m. in the morning because of the time zone difference. That's fine. If I can hear the ring, I definitely answer. So you just try to find a solution, then get your credentials, because credential is the gate through which you enter the learning environment. If you don't have credentials, by credentials I mean your username, your password, your email account. Without this, you can't go through the gate. And communication is number one solution, not only for credentials, for everything. Week 4, week 5, you couldn't get your midterm exam, or maybe it requires a passcode. Communicate with us, communicate with your advisor. And statistically, my background, I have a strong statistics background, and I'm talking with statistics. Statistically, I have seen at our global university since 2017. Here I have been serving at our global university. I have never seen one issue that was not resolved if there is a communication. Please. And the second item is engagement. The numbers are mixed. Communicate and then keep engaging. Engagement is a vague, maybe phrase, but you engage with course activities by submitting your assignments. You engage with course activities by attending the live session. You engage with the course activities by emailing your faculty, by emailing your advisors. Last quarter, one of our students had an issue with attendance. As you know, international students, because we are going through this pandemic and we are delivering all classes online, all classes are being delivered online. But before that, as you know, we used to have on-ground classes, and every single international student, they are supposed to attend. They can't miss more than 2 classes, and they cannot miss classes for 3 consecutive quarters, because that's going to risk your status, your SCHEV status. So one of the students last quarter, and we apply this to the online modality too, because we want you to engage with the course activities, not only by attending the class, but also submitting at least 1 assignment a week, maybe. And that student had a problem, and because of the attendance, his SCHEV status was going to be at risk. But when I just studied his case, I found that, I think it was week 4 or week 5, he emailed me, and also he CC'd that email to the faculty member regarding one issue he or she had. So we considered that attempt, just even emailing, because email, why do you email? Why would you email? Because you have an issue, or maybe you want an answer to your question. So this is an engagement. We considered that, me and the faculty member, we considered that as an engagement, and we gave that student full attendance credit because it was a very legitimate question. The issue then was resolved, and it is engagement. Because why would you email? Because you want to learn something, you want to resolve, you want to solve a problem. Engagement is another major pillar. The other one is integrity. You engage, you communicate, and you come up with a whole commitment with integrity. Integrity, what is integrity? Academic integrity, of course, comes with a plagiarism-free environment. So in distance education, in the whole world, not only at our global university, in all media, all education institutions, governmental, non-governmental, one of the major issues, maybe top one issue, is plagiarism. Integrity. If you don't care about plagiarism, then that means you're not caring about your integrity. If there is no integrity, there is no education. We can't consider such an institution as an educational institution. So integrity is the key. It's the key pillar, that you maintain your integrity, your academic integrity. And plagiarism-free environment is the goal when you plan to maintain your integrity. And again, distance education comes with a whole package, and there's 3 pillars: communication, engagement, and integrity. These are 3 pillars, but I'm gonna focus on the last one, the integrity, because in distance education, this is the way you can learn, you can extend your learning, you can broaden your understanding of the concepts. Because otherwise, you attend the class, you submit an assignment, you communicate with your faculty, but without integrity, which means that plagiarism, none of these are meaningful. They have no meaning at all. You attend a class, you just maybe get some attendance credit, but you cannot get any credit if your assignments, if your papers, projects are not coming with integrity. They have to go through that test. Otherwise, we cannot extend our learning. You just copy from somewhere and you paste into some other format, maybe in Word or Excel, and then you submit as your assignment. This may fool some people, that it's not gonna fool your professors, because as I told you, not only they are coming from education background, but also they are coming from the industry. They know the tricks a lot better maybe we do. So again, I'm gonna focus on how to avoid plagiarism, which is the key pillar in distance education. Cite the source, literally cite the source. And as I said in the very beginning, Pi Global University is not a traditional research university. We are a career university. So we don't care what kind of writing style you are following. That doesn't matter. APA, MLA, even we don't require, we just recommend. But what we require is, please cite the source. Cite either you paraphrase or you directly quote. We generally do not recommend quoting. Still, you can avoid plagiarism by using quotation marks and by citing the source and the time, the date of the source published. Then you avoid plagiarism. But generally, because we want you to broaden not only your understanding, but also your writing skills. Your writing skills is one of the skills you may need in the future for your careers. So we want you to paraphrase, either paraphrase or directly quote. Cite the source, please. And I know some high-level, master level programs, they capstone projects. Your professors, they may require you to stick with some certain type of writing styles, as I said, APA or MLA. But I generally communicate with your faculty members and I ask them, please do not enforce some certain writing styles and do not make it mandatory. What you're supposed to make mandatory is citation. Cite the source. And as long as you cite the source, as long as you paraphrase your understanding, and as long as you cite the source, then you just avoid plagiarism. It's that simple. Here is an example. As you can see, in the first one, I quoted this phrase, this piece directly from a website. And as you can see, I use quotation marks to avoid plagiarism. And I also provided the name of the source. If there is an author, sure, you just cite, name it. But if there is no author, just give the name of the website and the date that information was published. But in the second one, again, from the same source, I read this. My understanding is, okay, in Virginia, the climate in Virginia is somewhat mild in winters, not that harsh, and pleasingly warm in summers. So this is not some information I created because I got this information from some source. Then I have to respect the source. So this is the way how I cite the source. As you can see, I cited the source and I wrote the name of the website or the name of the organization, World Travel Guide in 2019. They state, that source states that the climate in Virginia is somewhat mild in winters and pleasingly warm in summers. So again, this is the way how I avoid plagiarism. This is the way. So in distance education, you may ask why it is that significant, because this is the way how you brainstorm, how you go through the sources, how you read and how you reflect, how you express your understanding. And your faculty members, your professor, they would like to see that. They'd like to see that progress you made. Okay, this my student, he has or she has reviewed maybe 20, 30 sources, and this is her or his understanding, and not only her understanding, but also he or she shows what sources he or she reviewed to come up with this understanding. So you do that by citing the source. And here another example. And again, I would recommend everyone, paraphrasing is always preferred over direct quotation. I would strongly recommend you to paraphrase. Paraphrase is you read a source and then just think for a second, for a minute maybe, and then jot down your understanding in your own words. But still, The main idea is not yours. It does not belong to you. Please cite the source to avoid plagiarism. And to help you to avoid plagiarism, our global university integrated a plagiarism tool into the system. So I know students, you all now, you're familiar with that system, UniCheck. Before you submit a discussion post, you first jot it down on a Word document, and then you submit it through assignment piece on Canvas. But that assignment is integrated with UniCheck, and it's going to automatically detect whether there is any plagiarism. And in a few minutes, I'm going to show that here too. In submitting Word document, UniCheck similarity score. In a few minutes, maybe within a few minutes, you can click submission details, and it's going to show to what extent your paper, your piece, your paragraph is plagiarized. So we have some level that we tolerate up to 30%. We consider it as common sense similarity. So we don't see it as a plagiarism. But above 30%, it is the risky area. So somewhere between 30 and 40, 50%, it is, we consider mildly plagiarized, but above 50, 60%, we consider it as heavily plagiarized. Again, we have the system set for you, and I'm just gonna, in the next, here you see, you jot down you write your answer to the question on a Word document, and you save it, and then through Canvas, you submit your assignment. And here you see the submit assignment option on Canvas, and you just go see here, you choose file from your computer, and once you choose that, then you acknowledge, and then you submit assignment. Once you submit assignment, this is the point I was trying to make. In a few minutes, it takes 1, 2, or 3 minutes, depending on the size of the file you uploaded. Once you click submission details, this page is going to pop up. As you can see on the page, circled, there is a red flag, meaning that assignment you posted is highly plagiarized. So in distance education, again, our global university, we value plagiarism for assignment a lot. This is the area we cannot tolerate at all. But here you see the red flag. That's not the end of the world, because if you are studying timingly, your professor and everyone, your advisors, when they see that red flag, and if you still have time, let's say the assignment is due on Friday, but this is the assignment you submitted on Tuesday. That means you still have 2 or 3 more days to work, to study on this assignment. This is not the end of the world. You just go back, and when you click the red flag here, if you click right on the red flag, double click, it's gonna give you the details. What parts of your assignment, what phrases, what statements are considered plagiarized. You're just gonna go there, and you're gonna rephrase or paraphrase that piece of the assignment. And then you resubmit. Here you see the resubmit option. You resubmit, you recheck it again. Until the due date, you have unlimited times of submitting. There is not any limitation. As long as it is before the due date, as long as you submit a plagiarism-free assignment, then you are fine. And let's say you tried 4 times, 5 times, until you get some green or blue flag, then you're fine. No point deduction, no point at all, deduction at all. So this is gonna be your professor, they don't look at your assignment you posted before. The system is gonna show how many times you have attempted, you have tried. That doesn't hurt at all. So what we are focusing on, your final product. If it is plagiarism free, and if the quality, of course, if the quality of the assignment is good, then you're going to get your full credits. Here you see the blue flag, meaning this assignment posted maybe after several attempts. There is no plagiarism, so you came up with that blue flag. By the way, blue flag doesn't guarantee you the full credit because the content is also the assignment. The piece you submitted may not be plagiarized, but what about the content? The content also has to be relevant to the question, to the problem asked by the professor. Once you get, here again, in distance education, there are many platforms through which you can communicate not only with your professors, but also with your classmates. So once you come up with, once you finalize your final product in that Word document with no plagiarism, you submit it. And then you got the result and you see there's no plagiarism. Then the second step comes the second step. You copy paste this piece to the discussion board and you start a discussion with your classmates. So in distance education, not only we want our faculty and students, they see the assignments they post, but also their classmates. We would like your classmates also to see your assignments and then make comments. So the third step, the second step, copying, pasting this plagiarism-free the assignment with clearance. I consider it as a clearance to the discussion board. Once you post it to the discussion board, then we also want you to make comments on your classmates' responses too. You just scroll down and see how many other classmates have posted some assignments. So you make comments, not only by, hey, you did a great job, good job. Maybe you come up with some follow-up question, or maybe you may not agree whatever your classmates posted. You start another discussion. This is what we want. But again, this is one of the platforms you communicate, you engage with your classmates, you engage with your faculty members. But now the second major platform, as I said before, which is gonna be the core part of our distance education from summer quarter, the live sessions. Live session is literally the class setting, is the classroom, a virtual classroom in which you communicate with your faculty, see your classmates, you communicate with your classmates. And again, as I said in the very beginning, maybe in the middle, that communication. And by communicating, you also engage. By engaging, you know how to do a good job, and then you submit and you engage with your plagiarism-free assignments. So as I said, distance education at Global University is not a new phenomenon. We started offering online distance education modality for a long time, but because of the pandemic, we have to offer all courses online. And then, as I said in the very beginning, as technology emerges, as we see new changes, we try to adapt them as fast as possible, as quick as possible. And we try to make our distance education modality as efficient as possible. We keep receiving feedback from our students, from our faculty members, from our staff members. And again, I myself, who is in charge of education, I never claim that we are the #1, top one college, maybe university in the world. I would never claim, and I would never recommend anyone to come up with such a claim. This is arrogance. But what I can claim that we are trying our best to be as efficient as possible, to be as productive as possible, and we are trying our best to see our students are employed once they get a degree, because they get their careers. That's the reason I said in the very beginning, we are a career university. We want you to get a job as soon as you complete your degree at our Global University. That was it, what I would like to cover today. And now we have Q&A session, please feel free. And here or maybe in after, as I said, there are many multiple venues through which you can communicate with us on Populi, on Canvas, through your IG email address. You can text me. I have my cell phone number in my signature. I know everybody received at least one email, but I know maybe way more than one email from me. So in my signature, I have my cell phone number. You can reach out to me by calling me, by texting me, by emailing me, and on our platforms, on Populi, and everyone, not only me, every single staff member here, they are more than welcome to help you as long as you communicate. Please communicate with us. Please keep us posted. I'm just gonna give one maybe not that relevant example. One of our students last quarter, because we are going through the pandemic and we have several students got corona, unfortunately. Thanks God, none of them hurt significantly, all covered. This is great news. But sometimes, you guessing, we don't know it. I mean, we can't foresee or we cannot forecast what happened to you if you don't inform us. Please, as I said, not only for distance education, for your whole life, as your elder brother, not only as your advisor, communication is one of the major pillars. It has to be, it should be one of the major pillars in your whole life. Communicate with us. Let us know you got sick. Let us know you got a problem. Let us know you don't have credentials. Let us know you don't have computer. One of the students just yesterday asked me whether we could provide a laptop because his laptop was broken. We may not provide you a laptop, but our all facilities, computers, they are more than happy to serve. Just come to the campus. Definitely, we can provide you a PC or a laptop. You can study. Monday through Saturday, we are open. By the way, we never closed, even during the worst time of the pandemic. We were here. Just feel free to communicate with us. Feel free, come visit us. Maybe we wouldn't like you to come as a whole bulk, maybe, but I know at least 5, 7 hours. Sometimes I see 10, 20 students come a day. That pleases us. We've missed you, and hopefully we're gonna go back to our normals in summer quarter. Thank you again. Now, question, I see maybe some messages here. I see 13, 14 students, 4 or 5 staff members. If you have any question, please feel free to come forward. Okay, Merle, yes. Textbook availability in our, yes. We have, as you know, if you go to a global university library on Populi, we have thousands of digital books, journal articles available. They are just free for our students. It may not be the exact textbook your faculty member is looking for, but at least it may be a similar textbook you can still learn from, and then you can use as a reference textbook when you submit your assignments. Some textbooks, we have some spare ones in our library, depending on the availability, definitely. But as I said, hundreds of thousands journal articles, tens of thousands of textbooks are all available. Yeah, welcome. Any other question? All right, Mr. Mamoon, Mr. Jose, Mr. Amit, if you have any questions, please. We are at your service.
Well, I want to start off by saying that was an excellent presentation, Dr. Pirim. Really informative, and not sure you want to tell everybody on this presentation today. Thank you for attending. I'm not sure if everybody here knows who I am. My name is Jose Ortega. I'm a director of marketing and recruitment With that being said, please feel free to refer a friend for the upcoming summer term, for both full online courses for friends or back home who might not be able to come. We are offering a 50% full online scholarship. If you have the opportunity to stop by campus, we have a lot of excellent marketing things for you. We have some t-shirts for you, some face masks, some water bottles. So please, if you're on campus, stop by and see me. And then when you do have our whether it be our t-shirts, masks, and so forth, and you take a picture, tag us. That'd be excellent. But if you have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and leave my information in the sidebar, my contact info, my email. If you want to be off this chat and you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. But again, thank you for attending, and look forward to seeing you refer some more friends and family in the future.
Yes, I have a question from one of our students here. He's
Yes.
asking how to maintain his status active and in place. At our global university, I think the Office of Admissions, they may have a better answer, but what I know, you have two major responsibilities. One of them is keeping your status, your international student visa status, active and in place. And the second one is, of course, course engagement. So the question is, I have actually one more student had the similar, maybe almost the same issue. In the middle of the quarter, the student decided to change a program, but we can't change or add or drop program in the middle of the quarter. But that's not the end of the world. We have the solution. And yesterday, not that student who asked the question, but another student asked me the same question yesterday. I told him, please keep attending the class, at least by submitting one assignment, or email the faculty, or attend the live sessions that we know you exist, we know you are present. So at least keep your status active. You may still fail, which I think that student who contacted me yesterday, he said he's gonna fail because he's gonna change his program next quarter. So two major maybe responsibilities you have to be very careful about. One of them is keeping your attendance active. At least make sure you do not miss your classes for 3 consecutive weeks. Week 1, you attended the live session, and then you came back in week 4, and then you came back again in week 7. That means you are not engaging that much, but at least you're going to secure your SCHEV status for international student. Please make sure you secure your attendance so you don't lose your SCHEV status. Still, you may fail. You may have to retake the classes. You fail, or maybe, as that in that question our student asked, definitely you can change your program, but make sure you attend. Your attendance at least is going to secure your SCHEV status. Other question is an OPT question. I would strongly recommend you to contact Mrs. Sarah and the Office of Admission because it is their area of expertise. And I think, thank you, Amit. Amit provided the contact information. Soyolo, please just communicate with Mrs. Sarah and the Office of Admission. You're welcome. You're welcome. And again, by the way, I also definitely understand some students, they change their mind in the middle of the quarter, which is totally fine. And that's not something very unusual. And I myself changed my whole track from international studies to public policy when I was doing my master's degree, which is totally fine. I mean, sometimes all of a sudden something comes from your mind, or some of your friends, your family members, you just change your mind. That's fine, and you just wait. If it is not too late, if it is happening to you in the first 2 weeks of the quarter, that's totally fine. We can change, and that's not gonna hurt your status, your learning at all, because you're going to excuse you for the first 2 weeks, assignments given in the first 2 weeks. But if it happens to you in the middle of the quarter, still that's fine. But make sure you attend the class. Secure your attendance, because not only us, but also Department of Homeland Security, USCIS, they would like to see you, to know, they would like to know that you exist. You are actually after your education. That's fine, as I said, that's fine. You can change your mind, just attend the live sessions or maybe submit at least one assignment. Do your best. I mean, I don't mean you can do, because if you have already changed your mind, I know you are not gonna be motivated enough to engage, but at least show that you are there, you're attending the classes. Again, thank you very much. I have some vocal cord issues. That's the reason my voice is sometimes cranking. Again, sorry for the inconvenience. But as I said, and I always said, that we are here at your service. Communicate with us. Communication is the magical key. It opens. There is no door that you cannot open without with communication. All doors all gates can be opened. The magical key is communication. Communicate with us, and I know I reply back if it is not on Sunday, generally within maybe minutes. Sometimes it may take, depending on if we are in a meeting or in a call or maybe visiting somewhere. But generally, I know our all staff members, they respond in minutes, if not in minutes, in hours. And you have options. If you don't get any feedback or if they don't respond you back, just communicate with another staff member. Maybe he or she is sick, or maybe he is out for vacation. As I said, we are a small family here. We are at your service. Again, thank you very much. I see no question. Thank you for attending. I see Presay, Yernar, Aful, Eser, Ajmani, Amit Ajmani. Toga is here. Sudhanshu, Adelaja, sorry if I pronounce your name incorrectly. We have Timothy here, Merle, Nazem, Soyolo. I think that's it. And we also have our staff members. Thank you for attending. Amit, Mr. Jose, Sir Mamoon. Thank you very much. Appreciate your attendance. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.